could hear the lies abound every time he made a sound, and the foul stench of corruption seemed to follow him around. He'd gallop into Downing Street in jogging pants and vest. His name was Boris, and he ran the Dodgiest government in the West. Now Boris knew an Owen, who had been a naughty boy, who thought himself far better than plebeian hoi polloi, thought rules did not apply to him, he was haughty, proud and chic, and Boris, truth be told, employed a similar technique. They called him Boris. Boris, and he ran the dodgiest government in the West. Now Owen, paid by Randox Milk, had said, "Hey FSA, some stuff about milk and sausages he thought was not okay. He said he was a whistleblower cause whistleblowing's best, but what he didn't mention his conflict of interest." That should have worried Boris. Boris, and he ran the dodgiest government in the West. Now Boris had a nemesis, whose name was Catherine Stone, the Standards Commissioner, who has censured his pal Owen. Keith Vaz and Ian Paisley had also felt her wrath, and when Boris didn't pay for an holiday, she was on the warpath. She thought it wrong he'd gone along, without knowing who paid, and the prospect of her censure made him ever more dismayed. He knew once she'd looked into it, exactly what she'd say, so maybe they could change to get her out of the way. You see, that's Boris. Boris, and he ran the dodgiest government in the West. Well, so a certain Mrs. Loathsome an amendment did propose. Her friend should not be censured by persons such as those. Then many other Tories rose to grump, complain and grouse, and one who also spoke was the then leader of the House, whose name was Jacob. Jacob, and he led the dodgiest government in the West. Now Boris ordered a 3-line whip to force which way to vote, and with an 80-seat majority he knew he'd win and gloat. In debate they whined and ranted, the system wasn't fair, yet when those censured were not Tories, it appeared they didn't care. So Boris won his vote, but it turned out not to be bliss, for the public finally noticed that something was amiss. So Boris quickly figured what he hoped would save his ass, and he ordered his governments and the world's quickest ever volte-face, leaving those MPs who supported him nonplussed, while everybody else felt something far more like disgust. He made puppy eyes to camera as if to say, "So what's the fuss?" as his ex-pal Owen is swiftly thrown underneath the bus. You see, that's Boris. Boris, and he ran the dodgiest government in the West. Now Owen's only 65, and that's retiring age. So he harumphed and he resigned, as though resigning's all the rage. But Catherine the Commissioner has so far not been banned, and her PM's finance dodginess may yet be in her hand. But a country's needs are manifold, and Boris is still PM, and Rees-Mogg still leads the House, though both may be pro tem. Was that the polls are turning from sleaze ad infinitum, as Boris's many misdeeds are coming back to bite him? They won't re-elect Boris. Boris, and he ran the dodgiest government in the West.